So their maps. Kingfish have picked Desert Void, and Ayre Esports have picked Arena. So that's actually quite similar maps to consider. I mean, Desert Void, yeah, it's it's a do-it-yourself hideout kind of, because every resort is around your starting location. So you will have an easy wall off, and you could essentially just wall off and go fast castle if you want to. The issue being, of course, that the resources are only around your starting DC, except for some neutral stones here and there. So you can't be too passive. You need to be the aggressor so as not to fall too far behind. But as for Desert Void, I see Britons here that could very well be Desert Void, although it's a go-to pick for Arabia as well. But with Britons, with their extra range on Desert Void, you'll essentially be able to reach above all of the walls and woodlines and wreak havoc in the Imperial Age, especially with the extra 2 range on the Armalists. So I see that as a favorable pick for Desert Void. That could be the case with Bohemians as well, like Arena Clowns would be going for Monk Rush style. That should just be perfect for Desert Void, because you don't have an escape, and stone is hard to come by, so you'll be struggling hard to get guard tower or castle defense up. So that's a concern on Desert Void if you fall victim to a Monk Rush. I see Lithuanians as well could be the same line on planning. Although looking at potential, yeah, I guess for Ayre Esports here, Henry is their captain. It's going to be Frank's pocket for their team on Arabia, I'm pretty sure. They've drafted that one. While as far as standard Archer cavalry meta goes, it's Mayans, Vikings, Franks for Arabia probably. We'll have that game up in a moment. And I think Paul may just have written me. He's in voice. Okay, I'm gonna pull him over. Hello there.
Hello, hello.
Oh, there we go. I hear ya. Maybe we need the palm command as well. Just gonna add that as well. Okay, yeah, so I have the capture H ready to go here. I seem to be 2 seconds in, so
2 seconds in.
yeah, so I could just time it to an appropriate point or something here.
Oh, okay, yeah, sounds good. I guess I let the game running a little bit, and I'm at 1 minute 19.
Okay, no problem.
It's
Well, let's just
Ayre Esports and Kingfish, right?
Yep, correct. Let me just
Okay,
see if I can catch up here. We're not going to miss too much in the first few minutes of Dark Age anyway, so so let's see if we can find it. We say 1 minute something.
1 minute 19 seconds, and I'm paused there and ready to go when you are.
Yep. Let's just go.
Let's go.
Yeah, shouldn't be too many seconds apart here. All right, so they're playing on Battle of Africa to Arabia. That's one worth to point out. I've been oh shit, I'm fast forwarding. I've got 2 minutes now. Sorry. Yeah.
All right, no worries. I'll catch up.
Because one participant pointed out that the current DE Arabia script isn't really balanced. Berries on the hill and whatnot. This should be a much better one. More consistent woodlines, berries on the ground, not on a hill, and yeah, it's more fair, should be, I believe.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the previous iteration, I think this patch helped a little bit. The previous iteration was, I didn't mind it personally, but I can see that the Battle of Africa 2 generation of Arabia being much better and is going to lead to some really good, really close, really even games in your tournament.
Yeah, so that was a good suggestion. I see a pretty standard civilizations here. Oh no, wait, Burgundians for fish crates. So scratch that. So that's an interesting pocket for Arabia. They did pick sort of a clown map for the next one, so maybe they're not like go-to Arabia players. But yeah, what do you make of Burgundians here? They should fall short of Franks, especially in the very late game.
Yeah, you know what? I actually like Burgundians more than some people, but I think after their changes where they have the ecotex for half price food now
Hmm.
is really good. And I think they have a lot of potential, but Franks are still the premier pocket sieve on Arabia, and it's going to be tough to match up. Though there is a lot of potential with the Castle Age Cavalier. I'm really curious
Mm.
to see how the pocket from Kingfish is going to play that.
I've seen players do it from pocket with Burgundians before. They essentially just go straight for Cavalier. I mean, they don't mass up numbers. They just have 2 or 3 stables and they go Cavalier, maybe even Husbandry, and then start massing units. And that seems a good way to match bloodlines, even though it puts your production potentially a bit behind. But you should have a better economy already to support it. So I think it might be the way to go.
Balkward is being full annoying on the left-hand side here, messing with the
Oh, I killed.
goats of Delta Fish. There he gets one there. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit
Oh,
behind you. I'll fast forward a touch, but
yeah, he got the
yeah, I mean
sheep.
the Burgundian Cavalier should be stronger than the Frank Knights in that they have more attack. Like their HP is going to be the same, I believe, right? But the attack is going to be 2
Yeah,
more on the
+2 attack,
Burgundian
exactly.
Cavalier. Yeah, so there
And,
is.
and your paladin, even though you don't have bloodlines, it's half price in the Imperial Age. So if you're ahead,
Yeah,
you're in a very good spot.
exactly. That early power spike has a lot of potential.
Well, with those scouts
Delta
fighting.
Fish taking a. He's at forced to. Oh yeah. A little bit of action here on the right as well. A little bit of a disaster start for Delta Fish. He's got one goat outside his TC half eaten now and has just brought his elephant in. But yeah, definitely Bulkward starting it off annoying.
Yeah,
I
what's
think
his
Delta
food
Fish
count like?
is
I've looked at the TC. Did you catch whether Delta Fish actually lost the TC elephant to the TC? Because it was depleted so quickly and then it went straight to the goat. So I think he might have shot it by the TC by accident as well. I'm not
oh
100%
no.
sure, but looking at the food count, that might actually be the case here.
Yeah. I think you're right because he is on Ostrich now.
Yeah.
And I think he was housed for just a little bit too. I think he got housed at 20 pop. And I know Bulkward got at least one goat. I feel like Bulkward got 2, so disaster.
Yeah, it looks like he's going 22 pop men at arms here. He's going to gold. No, I could still be the straight archers, but the barrack. No, he's making militia. So Bulkward is going men at arms.
Yeah, indeed.
Only 1 on gold though, so he's gonna sending end of the room. He's gonna be fine.
I thought that Henry on the right maybe had thoughts of men at arms as well. He got that barracks up earlier than he needed to. We'll see. Doesn't look like he's making any militia though, so it could have just been early barracks just for the sake of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sending a third to gold now, so I think it's just the straight archers here. And
Yeah,
just
looks like.
happen to have the resources for barracks. Look at these starting scouts. They're just looking for... I don't know if they're scouting or just looking to be annoying again here.
Yeah, both of them very active on the base of Henry here.
Alright, so the pockets are up. Burgundians with double bit tax, but no horse color. Double bit being the more important one, obviously. And now the men-at-arms on the move on the left-hand side. That could be far from full wall for Delta Fish here, so this could be hurtful.
Still don't see that upgrade in the queue.
You're right.
He's not getting men-at-arms, but I mean the militia plus the scout can still get quite a bit done denying these walls here. There goes the men-at-arms upgrade now.
As long as he's careful with preserving the numbers. Oh, the blocking, come on. Oh, that's so annoying when they do that.
I know. Can he get the one villain?
Yeah, he's gonna get it.
He's done such a good job of blocking that. There we go, one villain down. Such a good job of blocking that there.
Nice quick walls on the mining. I'm slightly ahead, but nothing too crazy, I think. Quick walls on the gold, but only 1 on gold, so Delta Fish is going to struggle for Archer's production here.
Yeah, big time. What time are you at right now?
12:15.
12, okay. Alright, we should be almost exactly synced up now.
Cool. It's, regular speed. There's something on the right-hand side here. Spearman from Fish Cakes, of all things. Probably sending in to help here. He's way off, but...
I don't mind the spear, but he needs a few more archers, and he needs some fletching. Second range coming up now for Kingfish.
Yeah.
He needs to mass up, get fletching, and maybe even, yeah, he could look at even sneaking over to the pocket. He's got his pocket scouts with him, lots of potential.
Let's see, yeah, they still have the numbers, I believe, because, yeah, I don't know why. Henry is very patient here with the massing up archers before. They're not taking any unnecessary engagement here. But, yeah, Scout's taking some HP from Jason there. Yeah, they're equal in numbers, so that should leave the Franks at a better spot, and now they have the hill, so... Nice.
Yeah. Picks off the spearman, looks good. I don't think anybody has fletching yet. Kind of strange. 14 minutes in the game here, and none of the archer players have fletching.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. So they've all probably been going to ranges as well to try and get the numbers first, but Men-at-Arms still all three alive here, and he's using them to stop the skirmishers. Completely off goal. That's all.
Deltafish forced into the skirms as well, so it's not looking pretty. If fish crates can bring a couple scouts over to this side, they could just absolutely wreck Deltafish here.
Yeah. You only need you actually only need one scout here unless he has spears and he doesn't. So you actually get away with just one scout here and you clean up these three skirmishers. Gold spot's not in favor of Deltafish here though, that's the main gold, and the side gold even further forward. And then there's one to the side that's not safe either, so this is, yeah, really unfortunate map.
Kingfish really look to be snowballing the numbers on the right side here. Where are the archers for... well, the archers are kind of separated from the scouts of the pocket adjacent here.
Henry is in the back there, right?
He's going to loop around now, but they need to get their armies together, and Kingfish has way more scouts than adjacent here.
Yeah, that's 7 scouts to 4, and Frank's extra HP, that's not gonna help you out of that one.
Yeah. Jason is gonna commit to armor, but I'd like to see Kingfish do the same thing. Get armor on these 7 scouts and just do a ton of damage. I'm not sure why the archers are going home for fish cakes. Okay, they thought now they're Xing the pocket. It looks like they're gonna go. I'd like to see armor just go full aggressive right now and get a ton of damage done on the pocket here for Ayre.
Yeah, still no full walls here for Jason, and yeah, you want to set back the practice a little bit because they are stronger when it gets to the very late point where everybody has Paladin. If you even get there, we don't know that, but yeah, can't leave the pocket undisturbed, at least not when they're actually not fully walled yet.
Exactly.
But yeah, top side are going for going to try and clean up on Deltafish here. You can't clean this with only scouts though. Or do the archers? Yeah, they have fletching, obviously. Taking your choke point there.
Yeah, he is Castle Age, but he just Castle Age is in rather, or researching, but he simply doesn't have the scout numbers to engage that. If he had armor, maybe he could have thought about it.
Yeah, and also with the skirmishers, they went back to the TC to clean up stray archers. If they stayed there, they'd clean this, I think. But
yeah, that was a misplay for sure from Kingfish here. They should have just let Deltafish hold on and went to the pocket and got damage, because those scouts did absolutely nothing on the left side here.
They clean up maybe 2 or 3 archers, and yeah, that's not a good trade when you lose scouts as well. Now they're chasing, but here comes Jason with the scouts. Maybe they'll get a better one this time around.
The fish crates is going to be Castle Age before anyone else even clicks almost.
Where's that? Who's
really,
that?
really nice job by him.
Yeah, the pocket. Yeah, here we go. And it's 2 stables from him, and obviously the blacksmith is up. He's gonna need a lot more gold though, sooner rather than later. Yeah, okay, he has almost 500 gold in the bank. I guess he gets that initial production going. 3rd stable going up as well.
Big engagement coming here. I think Fish Cakes wants to just wait for some knights from the pocket, though. I don't think he needs to feed his army
It was
here.
way well. He did deny gold for a little while there for Henry, but not worth it. You're running into larger numbers here, like twice the size almost the army here.
Yeah.
And Castellation all the way. Ooh, this could be nasty. Yeah. Actually, they should chase here. I think, even if it's uphill, they definitely have the numbers.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ayre Esports needed to capitalize on that, knowing the pocket is Castle Age. They should have jumped down that army and caught Fish Cakes' mistake and punished it.
I see skirmishers on this side as well, but we're gonna have Frank's knights in not too long, so that's, yeah, just not gonna do too much here. Oh, here they come again! It's halfway to the gas station. Why are you going out now?
Yeah, I know. It's a big mistake from Fish Cakes. We'll see if he gets punished, but he has no reason to be out here right now.
No. Well, there are some knights from pocket, to be fair, but I mean, still, it's just the numbers alone here is an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there though. It's like now it's still 40 seconds. It looks closer on the tab, but okay, I guess they're fine with pocket knights helping out here.
Yeah, and Fish Crate's already with the +2/+2 as well. Second town center up back home, so he's gonna look to start taking an eco advantage over Jason here while staying aggressive.
Yeah, so he should have, yeah, currently just a 3 or 4 villagers lead, but depends on how Jason follows this up. He will be able to drop 2 DCs if he wants to, but obviously he needs army now. He can't really only commit to economy here.
Yeah. I do like Henry going for the fast thumb ring, but I feel like he should be prioritizing ballistics as well here pretty quickly if he wants to take good engagements on the archers from Fish Cakes.
Yeah, because they're Ethiopians, right? They fire more quickly as well. So, but the thumb ring, that kind of negates that to some extent. So, but yeah, ballistics for sure, since there are knights on the field as well, and you're kind of on your own.
Yeah, the ballistics in these fights can make such a difference. They're pretty much just standing here blasting each other, but if he has ballistics, he can make such good trades.
He gets it!
Oh, just snuck her out.
How is that the hole? Come on, man! Oh,
wait,
unfair. That's a hole between the range and house.
The bit of wall on these Mayan archer ranges actually extends past the foundation, so it looks like a hole, but... Or it looks like it's not a hole, but it is. Meanwhile, all this engagement on the right, all I see is just a swarm of purple at the base of Delta Fish. Bulkward is pouring it on with forward siege. Ballistics is going to be on the way soon. He could just slaughter this wood line here. A lot of pressure on Delta Fish right now.
Oh yeah, see here. That's a lot of... I switched up the color here. I think I have Bulkward as red, but yeah, it doesn't matter. There's the Mangonel. You see, what are these? Britain, so at least he can dodge. He has the range if he has Bodkin in, and he does. So Britons have the crossbows have extra range, +1 range, and they have also produced faster, so that could be one advantage here, but...
And it's a big engagement going on right by the hill right now between the two teams, jostling for position. This could be crucial.
See, the Pocket Knights numbers, they are comparable, but there's 2 stables constantly producing 4 fish crates here, while there are 3 for the Franks as well, but the eco, as we can see, the villager numbers are ahead for green, so green basically can afford to lose more to an extent than the other pocket.
Who is winning this fight in the middle here? It's just they're I guess they both came away even.
Yeah.
Cavalier almost in for fish crates though.
Oh, 10 seconds ago, you're right. And numbers on the way. It's not really... Oh, he's sending some to the left-hand side as well, actually. But that's not going to do much against these massive crossbows. I mean, yeah, I guess the idea is to snipe the siege, but...
Yeah. Yeah, Delta Fish needs to play this really carefully. He does, obviously, like you mentioned, have that Britain's range he can start abusing a little bit, but he has to play out really tricky. It is tough to push Britons with siege because of the range on those archers, but
Yeah, but they still have the numbers. Here come the Cavaliers again. They're gonna force the crossbows to... Yeah, he's gonna snipe some of the siege here. That's good. Good snipe. Maybe the Mangonel as well. Oh, nice. That's not too bad.
The Kingfish are getting cleaned up on the right side, meanwhile. They're absolutely dominating. They just took down a bunch of Cavalier.
Whoa.
They are dominating now at the base, on the footsteps of Fishcake's base here.
Yeah, look at that.
Henry with ballistics in as well.
And wow, and the Imperial Age for Bulkward here. Meanwhile, wow. They're really... and they have a huge army momentum now, 75 to 39. They're slightly behind in villagers, but I mean, you need army to win a game as well, so that might not be too significant here, currently. If they preserve the army numbers, that is.
Exactly. Yeah, so much pressure here, and I'm not sure what Delta Fish is going to do against Imperial Age Vikings from Bulkward here. It's going to be really tricky. If Bulkward can get up like a forward castle and get some trebuchets, or even push with rams, it's going to look real dicey for Delta Fish.
Yeah, and once you get Imperial, even if you just... he's probably going to have 4 Bracer, Arbalest and everything, but once he gets Bracer, that negates the Britain's range bonus until they can get Imperial Age themselves, and that's probably a way off for Delta Fish. Nowhere near any Imperial Age click here. So that's going to be a pickle to deal with.
Kingfish done a nice job of getting his Cavalier numbers back up. He does have Iron Casting in, so tons of attack on these Cavalier. He just needs to be able to regroup with the archers from Fishcake and see what they can do here. He's essentially... He needs to commit to this right side, as once the Vikings are imp with Bracer, Chemistry, he's going to be a non-factor. There's no sense tossing the Cavaliers on that side. You're going to have to just hope Delta Fish can do something.
Yeah.
But if they could take a decisive engagement and get the military numbers evened out back on the right side, I think they have some chance in this game. But right now, it's looking bleak.
Yeah, I'm comparing the numbers here, and yes, the Cavalier has 12 plus 2 attack, but then again, Adjacent also misses that plus 2 attack, so in equal numbers here, the Cavaliers should absolutely slay here, but they need, obviously, crossbow assistance here. They're out of position now, Fishcake's crossbows. So this is it's a bit dangerous here.
Fishcake's he's trying to loop his archers around now. I guess he has a mangonel he was keeping them with, but yeah, he needs to be on that side with his ally where the archers from Henry are, and try to take a fight here. I think they have an army advantage in this situation. Iron Casting coming in for Jason, but if they could fight there now, I think they could take a decisive engagement. Maybe they can loop around the back now.
Yeah, let's see. Here come the crossbows from the back, and I don't think they've seen this. Henry and Jason, they can't see this. But do they have the numbers though? There's like...
Fish crates, I think he dove in a little early, and no ballistics. Oh man, this actually looks really good. Henry's not even... Oh, he's cleaning up the knights. Henry was just walking with... He was just going backwards. Just
man. Oh, that might be the fight of the game here. It's evened out everything here. Now Kingfish are 50 villagers ahead as well, so they have a massive equal lead here. We'll be able to keep up the production and get to the next stage earlier, most likely. Yeah, they're going to turn this around here, and look at all the red dots on the left-hand side as well. It's just Britons are out of the picture here.
Yeah, he is just getting absolutely steamrolled here by Bulkward.
Oh, Jason fighting alone against this mass of units. I guess Henry doesn't quite have the numbers, but...
I think the only way back in this game for Kingfish is jump on Henry before he gets imp. I think the imp click is going to be really decisive to get those Mayan Imperial Age upgrades on his archers. I think they need to jump this now and do as much damage as possible on Henry to try to even out the damage that they're taking on the left-hand side. As Delta Fish is just migrating now, he's just destroyed.
Yeah, they're in here now on the Henry's side. He has 6 ranges, but he can't really, I mean, he can't mass up the numbers to benefit from that. Imperial Age is all the way in, of course, but he's left with only 10 crossbows here, so he's not going to have anything in the Imperial Age if this keeps up. And here comes the forward castle as well, wow. Full castle age for Kingfish here, but they're making it work.
He's getting close to the resources he needs to click up, but that forward castle does deny those ranges, but it looks like the Mayan flank can, if he can work towards a castle of his own and get trebs, although he doesn't even have any stone. He hasn't even started mining stone. That's a big misplay from Henry. He should have been on stone. He should have had a castle and trebuchets out.
Yeah, exactly, on the right-hand side here. And if only just to support the hill on the right-hand side as well, with the gold and the position in general. It's like, yeah, you need some kind of presence to secure that.
Yeah, exactly. And it would have slowed down this push as well.
Yeah, they're trying to clean up bulk on the left-hand side here, but I feel like the other right-hand side is more more important at this point. That's such ridiculous raids from Bulkboard here. The 40 villagers killed and counting. And here comes another forward cast from Fish Cakes on the hill with the gold here as well.
Yeah, it's a really nice castle. An imp is going to be 1 minute and 30 seconds away. If he gets trebuchets up, Fish Cakes can keep pushing. One thing I will say, on this side here, it's been a mistake from Bulkboard to remain so long picking apart the corpse of Delta Fish. He should have been on and moved on to the pocket player like a couple minutes ago. He's wasting his time picking apart. Once he took out the main TC and the main eco, just move on right into the pocket of fish crates and force something there.
That's something I see a lot actually on most levels up to, I don't know, almost to 1500 maybe. Yeah, there's a line somewhere, but you often see in Prairie Trees that they focus a lot on the flank, like to the point of wanting to defeat them, when you should have been content with killing 10 villagers to set them far behind, then you go hit someone else. So that happens a lot in general.
Yeah, I know exactly. I agree with you. I mean, like he had nearly done. He basically took in Delta Fish out of the game after he took out that first TC, and yeah, as you say, even before that, he could have split off some archers and just gone and harassed Fish Crates, because Fish Crates was entirely on the right-hand side. Just take 15 Arbalists and go poke around the base and see what you can do. Siege Workshop's coming up for Fish Crates on the right as well. Looks like he wants to get some Ethiopian siege rolling. They got so much pressure on Henry here.
It's probably going to be bombard cannons now, I guess, and to... I mean, it could be anything, but with bombards you'd take out buildings more easily as well. It's not going to be any defensive castle here anytime soon, so no worries there. But
big time raids though for Jason on the eco of Fish Cakes.
Oh, here we go.
Taking him apart right now with his knights.
And they still somehow have an army. Ayre Esports somehow has an army lead here, but...
Yeah, they're pushing really strong here. Fish Crates, rather. He did manage to get that castle up. It's going to buy him some time, but here come the Rams from the Viking player.
Yeah, the Arbalists pulled back home here to clean up these Knights' raids.
Oh, man.
But it is essentially a 3 vs 2 at this point, because Britons aren't really... Yeah. I see some crossbows being made here, but they're not gonna contribute nearly enough.
He lost so many vills in those raids from Jason there, just so many. Yeah, the castle is going down on the left-hand side for Fish Crates as well. It looks like maybe the Cavalier are going to clean the Rams.
Yeah, we have Paladin on the way as well, but that's 2.5 minutes away, so still a way to go there. Plate barring armor may be more important here, but and we have Franks in the Imperial Age as well, actually. Here, chemistry for Henry, that's going to increase the damage output of the Arbalist, of course. And these two siege
Yeah,
workshops, they're not really making anything for fish cakes here, but I'm assuming it. I'm still assuming the mobile cannons, kind of. But
yeah.
we'll see. Onager might actually be valid here as well against this massive Arblast.
Siege Ram as well on the way for Bulkward, denying that TC that Fish Crate wanted on his forward gold here. And I don't know what's... I think the pocket... Where's the pocket knight? Okay, the Cavalier getting some raids in on Fish Crates, but he's got a lot of Cavalier at the base of Henry. I think he should honestly just take that Cavalier and push right up the middle with Bulkward. Even if Henry dies, or slowly die, he just needs to hold on as long as possible because Delta Fish is dead. So if they could push up the middle with Arbalest and Cavalier, I think it's game.
Yeah. Yeah, Ayre Esports seems to have a much more consistent production of military, but that could also be because Britons are essentially out of it here, so that's why the numbers are kind of deceiving. Now the Cavaliers are moving towards... Are they gonna raid fish cakes again, or maybe the pocket? Yeah, there are Cavaliers to both sides here. And with some tweaking of the economy here, I think Jason could be able... Depends on the market rates, but he's floating quite a bit of wood, he's floating some food. Might be able to get to Paladin here for these Cavaliers at some point. Which will, in return, be stronger than the Burgundians ones.
Did Jason stay 1 TC the whole game?
Oh shit, yeah, he did, you're right.
I'm looking at his Vil count and I'm only seeing 79 Vils, and I'm like, how is this? He never got rated, he's only on 79 Vils, and I only see the 1 TC, so interesting choice from the pocket.
Yeah, that's something you usually don't see at 50 minutes in the team game. There's also... Up until a certain point, it obviously allows you to get an easier way to mass units because you're spending less food on villagers and whatnot, but... yeah, but minute 50 you definitely need more economy.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. It might even be a way back in the game for Ayre Esports because... sorry, for Kingfish, because the pop is just not there from the pocket. Like, he's only around 100 pop. Whereas Kingfish, despite all the damage they've taken, Fish Crates, all the pressure, he's still got more pop than an untouched Jason. So I think that's definitely a misplay to not. His pop is just so low. And the pop of Henry as well is dropping heavy. The only player really having significant pop on Ayre Esports is Bulkward.
Yeah,
even
right.
I think even Delta Fish is starting to catch up with Henry here. So I think Kingfish may be able to claw themselves back in this if they could just keep holding. I mean, they're really not that far behind in population.
No, they're actually ahead in total population now, and they're not that far behind in military count either, but looks like they might be struggling a bit for gold here because they are investing into trash options here. Maybe it's just to get that population running as well, but yeah. They're applying some heavy pressure on the pocket here though, so that eliminates a lot of the mobility for fish crates.
Yeah, I think Fish Cakes needs to be here to help. I think Delta Fish obviously is just trying to get some pop back, but I think Fish Cakes needs to be here helping out the pocket here. If they can turn back the push from Bulkward and then try to turn that momentum around, I think they have a pretty good chance here, but if they can't stop these siege rams, it's going to look really bad.
Look at Bulkward spotting the relocation of Delta Fish to the left here. So on the very left side on the map, he's dropping a tower to idle the TC on the wood line over here and some Arbalest. That's a nice little touch there. A minimum of resources committed to delaying or denying that.
Henry being a little aggressive with his Arbalest. He's right underneath the castle with no siege to back it up. And that's the thing is, there's no... Fish Cakes has a lot of castles. Or wow, placing a lot of castles right now. Starting to get trade up in the back corner as well. Starting to take some map control. And red, Henry doesn't have any way to push the castles right now.
It's going to be really hard to raid that trade once it kicks in. Actually, they don't have markets in the north yet, but...
yeah, they really need to get something up there. Maybe even some stone walls.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to wall between the castles here. But they obviously need to deal with the Vikings arbalists here, which is somewhat sizable mass. 60, almost 60 here.
No, they need to deal with that push from Bulkford in the middle. That's going to be... once he gets like Chieftain Pikeman and starts pushing, it's going to be tough for the pocket player to engage that alone. He's been... Crates rather, has been holding on himself so far. But he's not going to be able to just spam Hussar and Paladin into Viking infantry forever.
I mean, we do have Ethiopians here from Fish Cakes, and they have amazing siege, so they could provide something like that at this point, working together with the pocket. But I guess you need a support unit as well, so not easy to just take into Onager or even Siege Onager here to clean this up. And not to mention the economy needed, obviously, but that doesn't look too bad for our blue player here. So many castles, man.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Fish Cakes. Yeah, he has tons of castles on the right side, the blue player there. Fish Crates was getting some really nice raids with the Hussar on the gold mine, and there's he's sending more in now as well too, so he is starting to put some pressure on Bulkford, which is needed. Need to damage that Viking eco behind this.
Yeah, Bulkford has barely been hit this game, hasn't he? So it's just been comfortably pushing and keeping that population high.
Do you think Delta Fish should be doing what he's doing, trying to... Delta Fish making the skirms, or do you think he should just be full slinging his teammates? Oh, he's Castle Age, he can't sling probably.
Slinging player needs to be in the Imperial Age, yeah, you're right. So
yeah, okay.
According to the rules, I don't see it really mattering at this point. But oh, they're raiding the trade down here, so not going to be an easy trade route for Ayre Esports here.
Yeah, these are really good raids from Fish Crates with the Hussar. He's doing a really nice job getting in on the trade, getting in on that gold. And again, yeah, that push from the Viking player, if they can find a way to deal with that, I really like Kingfish's potential to turn this across the map and start slowly picking apart Ayre Esports here.
At the 1 hour mark, we have the second TC for the Franks here, so finally adding some economy. And heavy on stone, so they're gonna pop up some castles as well to maybe try and secure their trade, but...
I do have to question that, such a late TC, but meanwhile, again, Bulkford, his push, doing a lot of work right now, not much defending this other than the skirms from Delta Fish.
Yeah, the skirms should be... I mean, there are Frank's Cavalier out here, so you just send a few of them here and you pick up... Yeah, there they are. Yeah, 2 isn't enough, but... yeah, they're gonna...
Not really sure what the Paladin were doing from Fish Crates. He was over on Henry's side, but I mean, Fish Cakes is doing a good enough job pressuring these castles. I think Fish Crates, he really needs to just forget about that right side, let Fish Cakes do his thing, and either clean this up. Well, I mean, obviously he needs to clean that up in his base, but he should be focusing on the pocket or something, or hit Bulkford at home with 35 Paladin. He's got a ton of potential damage.
Yeah, where are they?
He needs to...
Yeah, he's pulling them home. No, he's pulling the Paladins home now. Fish Crates by the looks of it, and he's going to try and maybe deal with Bulkford's arms here. But there are quite a few pikes here as well. Elite Skirm's doing some work here, but let's see. They might get an engagement here, the Paladins. But they don't have Bloodlines, right? So they're going to lose more numbers than if they were a different civ. But hopefully enough here. The pikes are scary though.
Yeah, I don't know if they have chieftains or not. I didn't see. I assume they do. So they should be able to rip through.
Yeah, this is going to, this is a really bad fight for Fish Crates. Maybe expecting it to do better there, but underestimating the Vikings' pikes could be. Like, thinking they're only pikemen, but then you have that unique tech for the Vikings. If it's in, that is. We don't know that for sure, but unless checking in the in-game. Yeah.
Yeah, a really rough decision for Fish Crates to try to take that fight himself, and I think that has the potential to, well, I mean, still, the pop looks so good for Kingfish, but...
But that's mainly... That's mainly eco, of course, but they need to get more trade running. Both teams still have trade, but look at forward castle in the trade line of Ayre Esports, and it's going uncontested. Oh.
Wait, what? How did Fish Crates get that back there?
Yeah, how the hell did he get to these villagers over here? Past that castle even. Well, at least he doesn't have ballistics, he's not playing the archers here, so that's in castle. Oh, they noticed, but they noticed too late, it's going up!
Too late, it's going up. What?
Oh.
How did he... Those vills ran the gauntlet, because there's a... Maybe that Frank Castle... I see a lot of Ida vills around the castle. Maybe that Frank Castle from Jason came up after the vills got through or something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's losing the vills, but they've done their job here now. They're actually gonna snipe some trade here, probably, this castle.
Like you said, though, he's gonna need to get ballistics on that, or it's gonna just be missing left and right.
Yeah, there are castles close to it anyway. They'll just trap that down, I think, soon enough. So I would say neither of the teams have safe trade here, but currently Ayre Esports have a total of almost 30 trade units, so they'll have more consistent gold access here. And they're pushing further into the trade of Kingfish as well, so...
Yeah, there's still Bulkward just plopped right in the middle of Fish Crates' base here. They still don't have an answer to that. I don't even know... Yeah, it looks like Fish Cake's spamming halberdiers in there right now, but... Yeah, maybe more skirms could be the answer.
Yeah, they don't really have anything to deal with skirms here right now. It's like all of the cavalry is elsewhere down at Henry's side here, and ooh, but now they're... Nah, he's still gonna keep that mass of arbalists here. And replenishing them at a high rate as well.
Jason is just trying to take down that castle with light cab at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no murder holes, why not? It's not really poppy efficient having 20 light cab taking it out, but...
Yeah. Bulkward actually finally pushed back. He's been camping in this absolute battleground here in the middle of Fish Crates' eco. He's finally forced back to his castle. So can Kingfish start to... They have 100 pop over Ayre Esports right now.
They do, and there's their trade is increasing as well. It's somewhat safe. I mean, the only place they can raid the trade is in the north here, where they have been pushing, and they've been pushed back here, Ayre Esports. So that should free up some of the trades to work as it should. They still need walls, though. They still need stone walls to the north, and yeah, to try and stabilize here as best they can.
It really looks like Kingfish is just playing the long game, and with better macro, they're just continuing to keep their pop up. They're making bills. They're just making any army they can. They're getting trade earlier. Ayre Esports with such a decisive advantage early, with so much pressure, absolutely demolishing Delta Fish, but it looks like Kingfish is just going to macro their way to a potential victory here.
Yeah, if they can hold off this, and as you can see, the trade is running uninterrupted now, so they'll have gold access, and they'll be able to spam paladins again, arbalesters maybe, whatever they might need. Maybe it's more of a siege situation here to deal with the mass foot soldiers here, but let's just look at the gold situation here.
Big raid coming in from Fish Crates on the Jason here. Big time Hussar raid coming in, and they secured that hill there with a forward castle from Fish Cakes as well.
Yeah, and finally we're raiding the somewhat fragile Frank's economy here. Second TC going up at 1 hour mark, remember, so Jason is going to struggle here. He's floating stone, but that's about it. Stone and wood. That's not going to give you much units here. And obviously forcing a reaction here. They don't have halbs, do they, at home? There's only the pikes of bulk forward.
Yeah, exactly. Henry there with some Arbalists to try to do something, but yeah, big time raids coming in, and finally peeling off his light cav from that castle. He actually almost killed it, but yeah, that was so pop and efficient, and he needed those light cav probably elsewhere. Just send a couple rams, man. And
Yeah.
meanwhile, they lost it took so long, and they lost so many trade cards as they get funneled. They're not even efficient here. They're getting funneled through this palisade walls. They can't even make it through properly.
Yeah, and some of the cards were even trading with the purple market near the castle here, so even more inefficient gold-wise. But yeah, just delete those palisades. They don't really matter at this point. Palisades, house, deal with the castle, of course, to free up that trade route, and you'll be looking at a more efficient gold income. Fishcakes now with the trade raids here.
Yeah, he's doing a really, really nice job here, and he's really pushing deep, and they have nothing really to deal with this Skirm Halb combo here. Nothing really that's going to be able to push that out, and they're just going to they need to like delete the markets right now, or I mean, they might not even have any trade cards. They need to stop the trade, because if they just continue to run in, you're just throwing away gold here.
Yeah, you can clean that up with orbs. That's just mass skirmishes here. Some prank slide cap coming in here, but not nearly enough, I think. And there's still halberdiers here. Top side, trade is going to be raided as well, again here from on Kingfish.
Bulkwood, taking inspiration from Fishcakes there and doing the same thing, going with his pikes and Arbalest, diving deep into the trade there of Kingfish.
The overall population, however, is 200 ahead for Kingfish here. I mean, they're gonna need to clean this up, but if they clean this, then they're in a very good spot. Also, forcing the armies to react to other armies here means that fewer trade cards will be going down, so I guess it's not the place you want to take the fight, but if you do, you're still gonna get that gold access while doing so.
I think Kingfish is gonna... no, a lot of cavalry just went down for fish crates there.
7 stables producing paladins though, so that tells me that the gold income is stabilizing again here. 14 on gold now for fish crates, a pocket.
Yeah. I think if Bulkward ever loses that ball of Arbalest, the game is over for Ayre Esports. That's been like the only thing keeping them in it right now.
Exactly.
It's been Bulkward's forward pressure. If he loses that, he doesn't have the trade to remake that, and I really don't see them coming back if he loses that forward army and forward position.
Mangle though, that's something you don't see that not often at this stage in the game. Yeah, it's pulling back towards the castle again. He wisely uses that. They need to, I guess they need to... Okay, they're calling it. So I was going to say they need to deal with this castle to push it back, but yeah, they're well behind the population here, as they've been for a long while, Ayre Esports, and maybe the fact that the pocket Franks got raided heavily there, that's no way coming back from that after having not invested nearly enough in building the economy earlier on.
Yeah, that was an insane game from Kingfish to turn around basically the destruction of Delta Fish's base entirely and turn it around. I do think that Ayre Esports made some mistakes on the way. I think Bulkward needed to press into the pocket faster and the pocket player needed economy. But overall, Kingfish, the resilience really showed in this game. They managed to hold on and turn it around, and yeah, they played fantastic. Really well done.
Well played indeed, which means we'll be going to Ayre Esports home map, which was Arena, I believe. So, but we'll just have a quick look at the stats here before jumping into that one.
I just need 2 seconds to restart my DE. So
yep,
yeah,
no worries. 141 builders for fish crates, so definitely the biggest boom there.
Yeah, he definitely seemed like a boomer. I feel like Arena is going to suit them.
Yep. Let's see here. Just gonna double check that that was actually the home map, and it's Arena. Yep.
Yep, perfect. All right, I'm just booting up that game. I'll pause it 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm. So I'll take the opportunity to switch the colors here again. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, we should have plenty of time to talk about the Sibs and weapons of choice here, I think. It's usually not going to be much happening until minute 20 on Arena. Thanks for casting these, says Biscuitables. You're welcome. They happen to be one of the few ones available due to the patch, but I would probably have cast it anyway because, yeah. Fun fact, Kingfish, they played in my Nomad 2v2 tournament as well. That was Fish Cakes and Fish Crates, and I believe they... Don't remember if they won in the end, but they definitely made it far. That's a nice short-term memory on me for that one, but... yeah, they played my Nomad 2v2 tournament earlier this year.
Yeah, I'd have to guess they're probably on the higher end of the 1250 to 1500 1v1 elo. They played quite nice for sure. They seem like very good players.
But that's our Bulkboard and Henry, or especially Bulkboard, is almost, I think it peaked above 1600 actually, or close to. But he's playing less lately, and the fact that Jason is low 1200s, it evens it out. So I let them in. So there should absolutely be a solid team as well. But yeah, it seemed like a good matchup here.
Yeah, lots of interesting civs, and they do drafts, correct?
Correctly. Yeah, that's
yeah. So some really solid civs on both sides. I really like the Bohemians pick from Fish Cakes. I think Bohemians are so good on Arena.
Yeah.
But on the same token, Ayre Esports, they have some really good Arena civs as well.
So looking at the side, okay, so Bohemians on flank, that could most definitely mean a Monk Rush, even if that's more of a 1v1 thing. But that could really set Henry back here with the Italians if that's being done. Most likely Bohemians means those Hussite wagons though. And that's fantastic news against Italians and Vietnamese, likely to play some kind of archers style. On the other hand, you have Teutons for Jason, so if Jason is able to boom into the Teuton Siege, you actually have kind of an answer to the Hussite wagons as well in the Siege on the air. That has extra armor for Teutons and conversion resistance. So I think that could come into play here if it gets to a mass of Hussite wagons here that they might be able to hold against that.
Yeah, exactly. I think the play from Fish Cakes. This is what I would do. What I'd like to see. I want to see him like boom into like Bohemian Halberdier because they're so much stronger, and Hoofnies. I think that's the way to go, man. I think the Hussite wagons are good. Wagons are good, but the Hoofnies is so strong on Arena. It's crazy strong. I played with it a few times, and you can pull off a sick push with that unit there. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
So I think that's his long-term play for sure.
So they don't have extra range, but they have extra damage, right? And HP, I think, if I remember correctly. Hoofnis is basically an upgraded bombard cannon, so effectively the most expensive unit in the game, I think.
Yeah. That being said, I think I see Fish Cakes Xing the wall of Henry, so I think he's going to go castle drop Hussite. I think he's telling his pocket right now, this is where I'm going to drop the castle right by this gold, and I'm going to drop a castle and go Hussite wagon, which it could be good, but honestly, I think Bohemians are a better late game civ with like cheap monks, Hoovnies, maybe some Hussite wagons in the mix. I think the castle drop is not their strongest suit, but it could still be some really strong clown shenanigans.
Yeah, and depends how they react to it as well. Will Henry be able to hold off against that on his own? Or will he be dependent upon pocket support for Jason? Because if they only If Henry can hold his own, then Jason gets the free boom with the Teutons, and that's just going to be deadly on Arena. So they have to be careful here not to overinvest too much on the flank sides, whether it be Henry or Valkord here. Depending on what Cumans does, of course, as well. If you free up time for the Cumans to do their thing, then...
Ayre Esports is going up really early. Like, Italians is up on 20 pop, or 21. It's a really early uptime. He's not on stone or anything. He's not...
Yeah, so it's not the tower rush here, which you could do against Bohemians to force them to spend stone or force the reaction, delay them significantly.
Yeah.
But this has to be I'm guessing maybe Henry has seen through the potential forward cast drop here, and he wants archers to deny it. Or he has a fantastic build too. It's cheaper to go up for Italians, so maybe you can pull off a 23 pop straight castle as well.
Maybe he's got a 20. I feel like just because you can go up at 21 pop doesn't mean you should, though. I don't think you can get much done going up that early. We'll see. I mean, he's almost got it. Yeah, he's pretty much got the food. I still don't like. What are you gonna do in Castle Age with like Italians though? That early. Like, I don't really see an advantage to going up that early personally, but that's just my perspective.
Yeah, and it's not like you're going to be allowed to boom here, so if you have that quick uptime with the Italians here, it's... Oh, that's a late blacksmith. Yeah, he's gonna be delayed here. It's either gonna idle the TC or it's just gonna... Yeah, maybe you're just miscalculated here.
Yeah, it seems strange for sure. And then the Teuton player as well. Like, I don't see why he went up so early. Like, obviously the Cuman player, 100%. I get that. Get the second TC up and boom. But I don't understand such an early uptime from two players from Ayre Esports who look like they want a fast castle. Just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like nothing is viable that early. Maybe Khmer you could pull something off. But...
Yeah. Only application I see about early uptimes like this for the Teutons, for example, it's not Blacksmith Market Castle Age. Then in that case, it's Blacksmith Stable and use the scouts to deny any presence across the field. If you're fearing the castle drops, that can work, but it's not going to give you anything else than delaying these things. But they have the Castle Ages on the way at 24 pop here. They must have something in mind here. Maybe they're going to apply ridiculous pressure on the Cumans here, or the Bohemians, I don't know. Oh, so many to stone for fish cakes here. It's going to be double castles. Oh no, it looked like it was going to send all the berry pickers to stone here, but he is with 11 on stone. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, he's going heavy. Not the most efficient placement around that mining camp, but I've seen worse. Maybe a second mining camp or something, but...
So, Mongols, going to stone as well, of course, going to play the unique units. Oh, look at that. He let Bulkward Scout in, actually. So, could, of course, collect some valuable information here. Bulkward, if he wants to... And he stayed... Oh, okay, he's back out. But he's gonna kill the Scout, so that's something. Just that was Henry. Yeah, he's going for the second TC, actually. It's not... And a monastery. Is he monk rushing with Italians or what?
Oh, double monastery. Yeah, wow. Okay. Looks like he is, I guess.
Yeah. It's, well, I mean, he has the Teutons conversion resistance, and the Italians, they have a wide enough monastery tech tree to justify that. But he's also dropping a second TC, which is confusing. Maybe he just wants to get an early redemption just in case of the Hussite wagons. I don't know what's going on here.
When he's housed as well, feels bad. Yeah, I don't know. The second TC as well for the Teuton player. Like, I mean, you can get up at like 13 minutes 30 seconds and have another TC, but are you really going up a little bit? Especially if you're just planning to boom, like,
yeah,
going up like 21 pop seems a little excessive. Like, why not just go up 23 pop or something, or 24, and just make it smooth?
I even prefer 20, 27, 28, or rather 30 for boom, just to be able to afford 3, maybe and 4 TCs, and you'll but that implies that you'll be able to boom. Of course, you'll be up later, but you'll have better economy to get going. And here's the castle, of course, as predicted. And I don't think that's being stopped by the monks here, even though Henry is trying his best here. A little bit of scouts help from Jason as well. But yeah, that's going up, I think.
Yeah. Gonna lose his monks if he's not careful. He's just showing him the castle's gonna be up momentarily.
62%, maybe. There's 2 more monks coming out, so there's... Yeah, it's gotta go up. You can't not have this one going up, I think.
Close. He gave it he gave it, well...
Okay, villager fighting. More
left.
monks.
Only 5 bills left at 81%. I think he's gonna deny it.
I really didn't see that happening, but that's not going up, man. Nice. Well, of course, having 2 monsters here and pumping out more monks, that means that Henry will eventually be able to go into redemption as well. I'm pretty sure Italians get that. And as a result, be able to convert Hussite wagons, but we're not going to see any wagons yet, because this castle is not completing. Oh, he's desperate now. He's sending 8 more wills to try and complete it, but so many monks here to stop that. That's not gonna work. It's just gifting villagers here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think no military castle drops are one of the worst strategies on Arena. Like blindly going forward with vills with no military to back it up and trying to get a castle up, I think honestly is one of the worst strategies you can pick. It's so risky, and you get countered a little bit, and it's pretty much GG for you.
Yeah.
Like, what does Fish Cakes have now? He does have a second DC, but he's wasted so much economy.
Yeah, he is at 22 villagers, man. He has at 22 villagers and no economy. He doesn't even have stone for a castle now, because that castle almost completed. He's very much incapacitated here. And what's more is that Henry has lots of monks now. He could start the monk siege push here. A few Magadai won't really help because they could get converted as well.
Yeah, I think that's really why we see the excuse me, the 1v1 meta on Arena being opening light cav, because like maybe you can drop a castle, but with no military whatsoever, blindly doing it with no scouting is just such a risky play.
A few civilizations like Incas or Franks, or especially Franks maybe with their eco bonuses, you could drop a castle at 23 pop maybe. And then it happens early enough that there's a chance that the other, or Sicilians that build faster actually, then there's a chance that you can get it up before the enemy has had a chance to produce military, but it's a big risk no matter what. You could stop it even with fighting with villagers if you spot it in time, so it's... It shouldn't work, let's just put it that way, and it didn't this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, look at Bulkford with the boom here. 4 TCs with the Vietnamese here. It's going on stone, so you might be thinking about those Rattan Archers. Arguably a decent response to the Mangudai, maybe? Because they have good armor and these things.
Yeah, exactly. Should be quite nice for for the Vietnamese player. Kingfish, meanwhile, Fish Crates, just doing his thing, booming away with the Cumans.
Third TC going outside of the base. That I guess it's fine at this point, but it also feels risky moving outside of the walls already. I guess he really wants to secure that gold.
See, this is the thing. Fish Crates. Look how many scouts Fish Crates made. He's got 6 scouts. Why weren't those scouts? Why didn't Fish Cakes wait for the scouts and then drop his castle?
Yeah.
Like there was like no coordination there. What did he make the scouts for if not to get map control for your friend's castle drop? Like I don't know. It just seems that's a strange one for sure.
It's easy for Cubans to get them out as well because they have cheaper stables now, 75 wood stables, so shouldn't be a big issue for to provide friendly military. Ooh, Fishcakes has gone into into some monk techs here to be able to convert enemy monks. That's funny. Probably a response to the mad monks of Henry.
Yeah, he's failed his failed the castle drop, and he's gonna go full monks now. Honestly, I would have rather see him instead of a second TC, just cram everything onto gold. He's got only 2 on gold right now. I guess, yeah, I mean, just throw everything on gold and just start pumping out some monks. And it looks like Fish Crates wants to gear up for a Siege Light Cav Night push, so it could definitely work, but I think Fish Cakes needs to back it up with maybe some clown monks of his own.
Mm. I see Delta Fish with the Mango Die out on the field now. 11 Mango Die. They're nothing special in the Castle Age, honestly. They can be countered by both, yeah, skirmishers, even scorpions maybe on a distance. But if he manages to keep the mass for the later game, it's going to be very deadly, obviously. Even on a map without hills like Arena.
Yeah, I do like that they're using the Manga Die to try to get some map control and jump on the relics. I find in team game Arena, very, very common. People just seem to forget the relics exist. Henry obviously got 2. 1 for Fish Cakes now with 1 more on the way. They should jump on the relics and start gathering those. It's very good for the late game.
Getting a villager
Actually,
snipe there.
3rd on the way for Fish Cakes.
Yeah, it looks like a push is happening to the right-hand side here, but Henry has houses behind. It's not going to be easy to push through Siege here. Probably the monks have redemption as well, if Henry has seen the Siege investment, and he's going to see it now. Oh, they're going to free up the castle! That makes sense. Cap Rams to kill the walls and finally get the castle finished. Uh-oh. Run away.
And meanwhile, Jason is on his way to the Imperial Age. He still hasn't quite completed the boom he wants to with Teutons to be able to span a lot of cavalry, but he should be able to be there to support it now. Sorry, to support his allies soon. But the Cap Ram aggression and that castle going up, and potentially some Hussite wagons on the right, Henry is going to be under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, they should break through that gate, no problem here. Unless the monks... I guess the monks don't have redemption, otherwise Henry would be converting now from a distance, I think. So that's a bit unfortunate. Or do you need to be right next to Rams to convert them? I don't think so.
I think Rams and Trebs you have to be. I think it's just the like Mangonels and Scorps.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Light Cav, trying to snipe some monks here, will definitely succeed. Oh, yo, bye-bye monks.
You just ran the monks in, and now the Light Cav just absolutely cleaning that up. I think Henry's honestly dead here. He has nothing. These Cap Rams are going to run through. He's tossing up archery ranges, but that's not going to do anything against Rams. I think the Hussite wagons and the Cap Rams and the Light Cav are going to absolutely destroy Henry right here.
Oh, he's trying to convert some... so he did have redemption, okay, but he couldn't convert the Rams from a distance, obviously. But yeah, that's one Hussite wagon, but now the Teutons cavalry will enter to maybe help out here. Is scrambling up ranges now. Not sure what the idea is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess he wants to just long-term go archers, but it's not going to do him a whole lot in this position. Losing a lot of vills on the bottom.
Yeah, his base is being demolished here. But his teammates, we have the 3rd castle going up for Bulkward here. And untouched Teutons and Vietnamese, of course. They're focusing heavily on Italians now for some reason. So maybe a bit similar to the previous game where you put a little bit too much focus on one side and then not realize you should be moving on and punishing the other players. Easier said than done on the Vietnamese here, but Teuton's pocket, no defensive castle, definitely vulnerable here.
Yeah, exactly. And Bulkward and Jason are eventually going to have... I mean, Bulkward's almost there. Jason is well on his way to having a fully fledged economy. And Delta Fish... he's in the Imperial Age, but he doesn't have a huge eco. And obviously, Fish Cakes on the other side, other than the monks, he doesn't really have... sorry, other than the monks and the Hussite wagon, he doesn't really have much of anything, so he needs to... they need to be careful here. Or they're going to get... It's going to be a reverse of the last game where better macro is just going to win out in the end.
Yeah. That's a familiar scenario for sure. That's what tends to make a difference in most games, especially when all-in pushes like this don't succeed. Then that backfires heavily if one team has good sense of macro. Lots of knights here to become... Where's that Cavalier upgrade for Jason? He's been Imperial Age for a while now. So that's... Oh, there it is. It's just clicked.
Yeah, honestly, I think if Fish Cakes had just like boomed into a better Bohemian Imperial Age comp, they'd probably be winning this game right now. I mean, it looks like they're in a good spot. Henry took a lot of damage, but if he had Bohemian Halberdiers with that extra bonus damage against these knights and you know, those trash monks and some Hoofneats, this could look crazy good. And like, yeah, they did a lot of damage on Henry, but these Teuton Knights are going to clean up these Hussite wagons, I think. Well, support coming from Fish Crates, but...
Yeah, Fish Crates with Cavalier as well. Siege Onager from Delta Fish with the Mongols. Are we going to see Drill Onager here? that's good. That's going to be good against the Rattans, but yeah, some heavy pressure from Belcordo on the top side here. So even if Henry is dying, there's a chance that Delta Fish will be as well, or at the very least losing the mango dye production capabilities here in the castles. Ay. Elite Rattan Archers against 6 mango dye total.
Yeah, I've got PTSD from Drill SO just zipping all over the map and destroying these, so we'll see.
Yeah, they're so fast, man. I think the idea behind Fish Cake's push here on the right-hand side of Henry is to buy enough time for Fish Crates to get that Human's Feudal Boom uninterrupted and hopefully give them an advantage later, but obviously failing the castle, that doesn't help. You could have easily placed that castle defensively and boomed instead, right? And you'd be safe from anything except an Italian's fast in push, I'd say. So...
Yeah, exactly.
There is a lot of siege ramps though, and now they're finally aiming for the pocket, I think. They're gonna hit the Teutons. Maybe.
It looks like he's starting to make his way there, Paladin as well. So that could be a solid push.
Oh, one castle is down for the Mongols though, and the second one about to go down as well. What do Mongols do here? Drill is on the way, but that castle is going to go down before Drill here. 100%. And Delta Fish...
He's sniping onagers with his trebuchets.
Yeah, I saw that. Oy. 70 Rattan Archers and 4 Trebs. We're gonna need a hell of a lot of humans paladins to deal with that. And they might even snipe some of them now here on the middle. Is he just gonna move on now? I mean, he's dealt with the 2 castles on the Mongols, so Mongols will need a plan B now anyway. I think they're just moving on to push Fish Crates now.
Yeah, looks like it, and I think that's a smart call, just taking those Rattan Archers, the Trebs, and the Cavalier, pressing down onto Fish Crates here, and I don't think Fish Crates really has a way to deal with that. He's going to try to take an engagement here,
yeah.
I think.
He can snipe the Trebs, but he cannot snipe the Rattan Archers. He's going to lose lots of numbers here, even before Paladin. It's in, but not a very pretty fight.
Yeah, that's a brutal engagement. I have no idea why Fish Crates committed to that. He just lost all his numbers. He's trying, but the DPS output from the Rattans is just shredding. I mean, there's so many Rattans there. There's almost 60 Rattans in that group.
You need... I mean, you need probably more Paladins than Rattans because of the pure potential of hit and run from the Rattans as well. And you had some pocket Teutons Cavalier there, but not nearly enough. Really bad fight. And of
Fish Crates, meanwhile, though, he's actually steamrolling the face of Jason here. He's got so many siege rams flooding in. The Paladins are raiding. He's picking apart Jason's eco.
Yeah, but here come the Cavalier back, and they're going to clean up these siege rams. So, I mean, yeah, he's taking losses, but this hour on, at least he has 2 TCs, not just 1, so... Well, it used to be 3 even, but... So, yeah, it's gonna clean it, I think.
Yeah,
So many students come. Look at the Cavalier count of Jason here. It's 83 Cavaliers.
Unreal, man. 80. Yeah, he's got more Cavalier than Vils right now. He did for a brief moment. Yeah, he's flooding that back in, cleaning that push up. And honestly, Kingfish have lost all their momentum. And I could see one big push back from Ayre Esports to win this game right now.
It's beginning to look similar to the Arabia game, kind of, as well, but turned around. But it's just this big mass of units, in this case the Rat Archers, and I guess the Cavaliers. Because Kingfish are ahead in economy, right? They're way ahead, but they just can't match this army mass.
Yep. Yeah, it seems to be one thing from Ayre Esports is they play heavy army, but they're not really unfolding their economies into the late game. Like, still under 100 Vils for both players. I know the Pocket took some raids, but and he's got a lot of military, but yeah, some more eco is going to be needed to get into those really late TGs.
Ooh, just a couple of nice Onager shots here. Doesn't look like Bopor minds too much losing the Rat Archers here, but he spread them out in 4 groups here and just completely incapacitating the Mongols here. Took some big hits to Onagers, but yeah, he's in it to demolish Delta Fish here. Wants some revenge from the... Well, not revenge, really.
Just...
He wants to kill Delta Fish yet again here. Like they did the previous game. Yeah, maybe they have a personal agenda we don't know about.
Yeah, they are Bulker getting the better of Delta Fish, as you say, 2 games in a row, and he's now making the smart call to back up and move on. Fish Crate's actually sending a ton of flooding as our end, but still the Rattans, they don't really have an answer to the... Oh, can we get a big honors shot? Oh!
Where are we?
You go down on the left-hand side. Oh, man, it's a big onager shot.
Where on the left-hand side?
Am I way behind you or something?
Seem to be on the 45, 46 now. So maybe
Just
it was
46.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not too far behind. Yeah, no,
so it was
onager from
inside the teal base, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think I was
there.
Yeah,
the onager, he's camping there. There's one just went down. There was one there, and he almost lost all his Rattans there. They were all packed. They were like moving between the university and the house, and they were all packed into one group, and they almost got obliterated.
Oh wait, here we are. Yeah, maybe that's the one. Let's see. Yeah, not looking too pretty for the Mongols here. 30 villagers now, no army.
Yeah,
I know Henry is a true arena clown, so it's probably has a saying in the choice of home map here, but there's certainly putting up a show here.
Man, this is a crazy game. There's counter raids from Kingfish as well on the economy of Jason that he doesn't even realize. He's not garrisoning his vills. He's picking off. They're all over the map. All players are playing all over the map. It's crazy.
Yeah, he has a couple of Cavaliers here to intercept them, so he's gonna clean it. But yeah, obviously it takes a while to react when there's so much going on. Henry also has a sizable amount of Arbalests here, 64 Arbalests now, and the overall population definitely ahead for Ayre Esports still here. Slightly behind the villagers, but way ahead in archers. But now sight wagons increasing as well, so that's going to make it a lot more awkward for the Arbs here.
Yeah, this is tricky. I don't. It could go either way. Ayre Esports obviously with a big population advantage, courtesy of their military, but Kingfish still, still holding on despite pretty much totally losing their Mongol player.
Look at
see
the
those,
EcoKD. Fish crates hasn't really been taking any losses either. Only 12 villagers dead for fish crates. And you could say the same about Bulkboard, of course. They've been killing a lot of villagers through raids and keeping their bases intact.
Yeah, yep.
Huh. What are they waiting for here in the Henry's base here? There's lots of armies just idling here now. Is he sending... Why is he sending 60 arms to clean up 2 Mangodai? Or whatever that is. No, not Mangodai, there's something. Couldn't even tell what that was, but...
Fish crates with the, sorry, Kingfish rather, with the trade up. Where are they trading to, though? I guess in the base of fish crates. They can't trade with.
Yeah, that's a Cuman's base. Yeah, so that's not going to be a great trade route, but gold is gold. They're gonna need it any way they can. Henry just lost his relics here after losing the monsters, so maybe they've been there for a while. And Jason, who had more than 80 Cavaliers, is still only with Cavaliers now, just now about to get Paladin, but there's only 40 of them. Maybe if he gets it, he should definitely dive in front of the Arbs here now with Paladins and take out the Hussite wagons, because they don't have any melee armor at all almost, so just don't idle there, go attack! Don't leave Henry's armies to die here. Please!
Yeah, he's just been sitting there letting his ally get obliterated.
Oh man. I mean, there are castles there, but still. Yeah, here we go. Finally. It's moving. To be fair, there's lots of stuff going on. Small raids here again. Hussar here, Hussar there from fish crates. Kipchak. Kipchak are in impact for fish crates here, so that's a neat switch there. Could have still stayed Paladin, I'd say, because the Teutons is going Paladins and you'll be faster, albeit a little bit weaker in terms of melee defense, but you'll have the speed to compensate for that. Again, the Hussite wagons just engaging without any Paladins in between here. Yeah, so these forward castles need to be dealt with. I see Fish Crates is about to drop a castle in the home base of Delta Fish as well to try and stabilize them.
Yeah. That should be a good call. There's still lots of farms there that Delta Fish can look at getting back on. Camels as well, but that could be nice, but yeah.
Yeah, still the issue of 71 Rat Archers here though, and limiting any re-entry. Prep now moving in, they're finally going to get some hits in on the Cumans, I think, here. Now that there are less cavalry units overall to interfere with the Rat Archers.
I'm sure why Bulkwood's wasting his time on that little economy of Delta Fish there. I think he's got so many trebs, just go start pressuring the castles, and I don't really see the Kipchaks when there's so many Rattans on your doorstep.
Yeah, just open Fish Crate space here, get some raids down, take out production capabilities like castles and stables. Yeah, he's moving out now though, it's 6 trebs. That castle is going to be a goner soon enough. And... oh, am I hearing trash monks here? No, that's a green monk, that's a Cuman's monk.
Man, it's a huge engagement on the right-hand side here. Who is winning this one?
Oh yeah, who can tell? Oh, imagine just having a couple of crabs here as well to deal with these castles from distance. The capped rams are going to do alright though. They might deal with at least one castle here. The Hussite wagons, they don't really do well against rams, I'd say. So yeah, maybe it is Ayre Esports game here actually. Game or fight.
Yep.
And of course, Cumans committing heavily on this side means that the home side will be very vulnerable here.
Yeah, exactly. Those Rattans and Trebs really starting to make some progress now on the base of Fish Crates, and I don't think he has a way to deal with that.
No, he's down to 20-something paladins, and they're all on the wrong side anyway, so he's going to lose home base now. I mean, economy probably... Yeah, it's floating wood, so it's still got resources, but he's going to lose most of the stables here, and then suddenly you can't produce, you have to rebuild your stables, and you'll be left with no army if you run into these Ratans. Taking also trade as well, I don't think that's too significant yet, that trade situation. Yeah, 14 trade units for blue and green here, so maybe. So Henry will be dying here, sure, but his two teammates are very much alive, so it's a trade-off there. If they get rid of the humans here, they remove all the mobility, as their the Mangudai approach isn't really viable for Delta Fish here either.
Yes, and oh man, this push from Fish Crate's going back to his Ratans there, though, as I think gonna be I think that's gonna be what does this one in for Kingfish, though. The push right here is just so strong right now. That how many Ratans are in there, man? He's got 69 Ratans. It's just like they need a big onager shot all clumped up in there right now, otherwise.
Yeah, there. Imagine. Oh, here come the onagers. Actually, real onagers to the rescue. No, they run into Castle Fire. No. The gate is blocked by market. If the market wasn't there, the onager could have gone through the base and maybe got a juicy shot in, but. Yeah, castle goes down. Eco, whatever is left, is completely exposed here, and Henry is still in it over on the other side here as well, so...
Yeah, he's holding, just managing to hold on to Teuton Scouts now, 38. A ton of Teuton Scouts.
The Imperial Scouts!
Wow.
Ironically enough, they might still do decent against Hussite wagons. We'll see, let's see.
They're eating the Hussite wagons.
Yeah, that's the thing about Hussite wagons, they don't have any significant melee armor, so any melee unit, if they get close, should be alright. Yep. Alright, we found a counter. Teuton Imperial Scouts. It's only about massing. Massing a melee unit, even champions would work if they were to be let close enough, so...
Yeah,
it's not something you do, it's just the fact that any unit mass that gets close to a unit without melee armor, they'll win. So panic repairs on the back TC here for Fish Crates, but now down to 68 builders, 87 for Delta Fish. Fish Cakes has that Bohemian's Boom rolling now, right? 140 builders, but it's too late for that.
Yeah, exactly. They're just camped right in the base here, and it's going to take a lot to dislodge Bulkward and his light cabin Ratans.
Yeah, he's on light cab now, yeah. Light cab, scouts, rat archers, crabs.
Bulkward playing fantastic in both of these games so far. He's been a big piece of why his team is potentially going to be tying this up 1-1.
Absolutely. He's been playing a solid blank on both games, and the best player with the best ability to mass and keep unit mass here. He seems to have the best army control, I'd say. And
yeah.
Game sense as to when and where to fight as well. Like the big fight with all the Ratans in the middle of the Paladins earlier was just, demolished the other team there. I see elite skirmishers for Fish Cakes here, but I mean, it's 72 Rat Archers, and Rat Archers, they also have better pierce armor than generic, or than Arbalests, for example, so... And with the light cab, they're useless, no matter what.
Yeah. That's crazy. They have 10 pierce armor, the elite Ratans. They're
Yeah.
so tanky to archer fire.
It's a Huskard with a bow and arrow, essentially. So,
Exactly.
Alright. What a time to get Town Watch. Teal wants vision. Yeah, twice the military now for Ayre Esports. They're ahead in economy, ahead in by population by 100 here. I think they're going for the tie here. Just get some raids in on fish cakes as well, maybe, and yeah, or stop the trade potentially. But that's just running into light cabin Rattans here anyway. Yeah, the markets are dead actually, or some of them. So
Yeah, it's looking really strong for Ayre Esports. It's looking like they are going to cruise on to a 1-1 and force a game 3.
this is their game and it's their home map, so we'd expect as much, of course. Not sure what they're waiting for here. Cubans are out of the picture. Mongols don't have any military here. Fishcakes has made a desperate, angry housewife here in the militia. Probably a misclick, but maybe that's what it takes to. Oh, he died. And this, how many? 62 Rat Archers still. Light cab. Teutonic Scouts. What's Fishcrates doing now? Is it going to drop a forward castle in the middle of the enemy base again? Or what? Is he trying that sneak castle on the trade again? It's not going to succeed. It's not going to succeed this time. Okay, that's trademark Fishcrates, I guess. Sneak builders over to get the castle in enemy trade.
That's his play, man. Wait, these two vills are still alive as well.
Yeah, that'd be good spot by Jason Tears, focusing them down.
Not wanting that to happen a second time. Yeah, what a. I mean, it worked pretty well. Yeah, worked pretty good the first time around, but yeah, not sure how well that's gonna work long term.
Oh, yeah. 170 stone. It's not even enough for a castle, maybe just a tower. But yeah, they're gonna die too. The mighty Teutonic Imperial Scouts here. 31 of them.
Yeah.
In fact.
I remember, I think it was Dennis and I had a big long argument about Teutonic Scouts, and you know what? I guess he is proving me wrong. They're dominating in game number 2 here, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy nice play from Ayre Esports here. I think this one's looking over. I think we're headed for the 1-1.
Absolutely. Mix of Arbalists and Skirmishers here, dealing with the remaining Hussite wagons, but this is, I mean, look at the population. There's 200 behind. It's going for the Trash Monks now. It's getting block printing, illumination, theocracy here. But you're gonna need to have the micro of. I mean, it's not even possible to click that many units to make the Trash Monks work here.
Yeah, exactly.
See the trade up and running for Ayre Esports here as well, so they're going to bring in some gold.
Yeah, they've got quite a lot of trade, especially Henry is doing a really nice job spending all of it. He's got like no gold in the bank, but he looks like he has a lot gathering.
I see Bulkport has been slinging Jason as well. Could be food for the scouts, maybe. Slinging obviously allowed in the Imperial Age, as long as the sling player is in the Imperial Age.
Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, I'm not sure where they're hanging on here. I guess Delta Fish is kind of feels like stabilizing at home here, but it's still only just providing Hussar on the gear here. And not any significant army, which you'll need at this point in the game.
Yeah, exactly. They did successfully resuscitate Delta Fish from basically 0 pops back to over 100 bills. So maybe they're thinking they can do the same thing with fish crates here, but yeah, I'm not liking their chances.
Nah.
They just need to get some damage done on, as you said earlier, fish cakes. They just need to break down the gates and flood into. I think that's going to happen really soon.
Yeah, here are the
And
Rattans here. They're tasking town centers here and pushing slowly in towards here. Just send the light cabin on the woodlands here or whatnot just to force a reaction and take out the economy here. Humans, fish crates is a PC right in the middle of the monasteries and castles here. They're rebooming basically in Henry's base here. I'm not sure what to make of that, but ay. So they're not the team to give up early. I guess we can.
Yeah, definitely not. And
Accept
as long as
that.
they still, yeah, exactly. As long as they still think they have a chance, then see how it plays out. But yeah, really nicely done by Ayre Esports in this one. Really showing their resolve from the start, jumping on that failed castle drop, and despite a lot of pressure on Henry, showing a lot of perseverance to stay in this one and just slowly look at turning it around, utilizing their strong macro, and coming out on top in the late game.
60 Rat Merchant, Elite Rat Merchant who still need 4 volleys to take out a fucking Hussite wagon.
Yeah. Yeah, they're crazy, man.
What is that? Is that 10 pierce armor or something? It's pretty nasty. GG is called, and Ayre Esports take the return game here.
Yeah, 2 really long games, an hour plus on each one, and we are going into game number 3. I'm super happy about that. This has been a great set so far, showing a lot of skill here for their bracket, and yeah, I don't know. These 2 teams, I could see definitely both being heavy favorites here. Very strong play from both.
Could go either way, but we are going to Kingfish's home map, which is a custom map called Desert Void, so it's not one you find in the ranked queue like Arabia or Arena, but it has similarities to Hideout or other semi-closed map, or except you need to make the walls yourself. So we'll see how they fare on that one. I've seen teams getting away with pretty standard Knights crossbow meta, but you could also go more on the creative side, as you'll see from the map when we get into it. Let's see, the last one. Yeah.
I'm ready to go when you are. I'm on 5 seconds.
Yep. Let's see. I'm just gonna check that the setup is here. Yeah, that's 6 seconds for me. Gonna pull cord the red again so we can distinguish them a little bit more easily here. And yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Well, this is Desert Void. As you see, the TC spawns in the middle of a forest, and there's some golds. The rest of the map is, as the name states, a void, except for 4 tiles total of stone per player. So basically 2 castles worth of stone per player, but it's randomly spread across the map, so won't necessarily see a lot of castles in play in this game because it's really unsafe to go for them. No point in dropping a TC, or so you'd have to go for an exposed mining camp to collect them. And there's so little stone, it might not even be worthwhile to wall for a trade route later on, even though trade is the only thing that can survive you in the very long game here.
Yeah, I feel like this map is so cut. I can't even see it going too late because there's no wood.
Yes,
like
exactly.
you just have the wood at your base, and honestly, that once that goes, and that's gonna go quick. You're you got nothing. I feel like you have to win this one yeah, before like things are gonna drag on, is to play some really. I mean, there's so much potential for like I know there's no stone, which is obviously sorry, like there's very little stone, which I can see because Tower Rush would be so insanely
Yeah,
strong,
yeah,
man. Like you could deny everything
yeah. You
with
could.
some towers.
That's why I was
I
surprised, a
feel
little
like
bit surprised to see Britons in the first Arabia game as well. Obviously, a solid Arabia pick, but Britons here with their +2 range in Imperial Age, reach over any woodline as you've been starting to chop into them. So
yeah,
they can be strong here. But I'll also say this map favors absolutely heavy 1 TC aggression. Or yeah.
yeah, for sure. You know what I would be going for is I would be doing Saracens, Market, Buy the Stone, and Tower Rush anyways.
Ah, good point. I never thought of it that way, but that could certainly work. A little bit better rates. With that in mind, though, the Kingfish side here, they do have quite a few stone patches in the back here. So if they scout that, they might be able to fend off something like this. And laming is allowed in this tournament, and since it's fixed spawns or starting locations, you'd have to be careful about your animals getting stolen as well. Hasn't really. Oh yeah. Speaking of lame,
There it is. Yeah, right on cue. Lamer boy, can he get away with it? Ooh, Fish Cakes is gonna try to. But there's the scout from Henry though.
oh, oh,
You almost got.
yeah. Henry almost.
Henry's almost messing it up more than helping.
No.
I think Henry needs to turn around and take a couple whacks with his scout. No. He should have just completed.
Yeah, he should have taken the rhino.
And he should have then picked up the scout himself, or the rhino rather himself. But
yeah, Fish Crates is right around the corner, so this could be a win, scout fight win if they talk together. Help him! You're like 2 tiles away here. Oh, there we go. Okay, TC that works as well.
Now he's jumping onto the town center.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
Messy early game.
Looks like Delta Fish was considering a lane here as well. He's scout in Jason's base here, but there aren't really any rhinos left to take, are there? Elephant has been... No, rhino is... Yeah, he's taking both, I think, just to... Unless that was a lane over here.
Delta Fish is getting those walls up on the left side, but I would have rather had seen him maybe make those walls like a little, maybe closer to the forward of the wood, because I think you can still get some archers in at different areas and deny a lot of that wood line. But if he had the walls a little bit more forward, he maybe could have had a safe wood line actually, potentially. But yeah, I mean, it's tricky. Heavy walling though, he's gonna just I maybe even. Can you make buildings on the the sand in the middle is all buildable?
Yeah,
right? Maybe
absolutely.
Maybe a team wall could work, but yeah, I don't know. Tricky one.
Yeah, but you can't really invest into stone walls, so you'll be with palisades and house foundations and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. That woodland is exposed to archers or even one tower, but then there's still 2. I guess the 2 woodlands, the one to the northeast of the TC and the one... These somewhat trunk ones. The one where the scout was just killed just to the right of that, you're still kind of safe from archers. But you'll need to... You may be forced to relocate here, so that sucks for Delta Fish.
Is Fish Crate's gonna lose his scout now? No, just passing. He's running out of the TC of Bulkward, but
Fish Cakes are lost his to the red TC here, so. Oh! Sniping the eagle!
Oh, snipes the eagle, or still has a chance to get the deer there, but yeah, nice little snipe there from Fish Crates.
Everyone on Ayre Esports have lost their scouts. Oh, thankfully for them, it's not that important with scouting on this map. You know where the enemies are located, and you know they can't flee to any other resources than maybe some neutral zones. So it's not that big of a deal, honestly, except for the fact that scouts being an army unit and
Yeah, exactly.
Saracens are up. Gonna go for the feudalized archers here. That seems risky because everyone else might be going Wait, Bulkwood is not going Castle Age here. He can't go Castle Age with 22 pop. So he's... well, it's 21 pop, essentially, here. I don't know what the plan is here. He's walling off. He's placing a range, probably, now. Yeah. Huh. It's gonna be archers versus archers with the Saracens and the Aztecs here, then?
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be the same on left-hand side. I see a range coming up for Jason and a range coming up for Delta Fish. We'll see how quickly they want to turn that around into Castle Age. I think Henry's just obviously going FC.
Huh.
He's got just about there as soon as he gets his blacksmith, and I think the same thing. No,
Yeah, blacksmith stable.
Fish Crate's obviously going scouts. He's got 4 of them already, but yeah, that could be really strong from Henry to get the FC off with the Lithuanians, pretty much uncontested, and start flooding in some knights.
Yeah.
Could be really good. FC looks like the play from what I'm seeing for sure.
It's something the Berbers should definitely be doing as well to capitalize on the cheaper cavalry that Berbers have. But he's not on gold, he's going to gold just now, so that's going to be a later Castle Age at the very least. Yeah, he's nowhere near. Nowhere near. Did he actually invest? Yeah, he did invest into scouts. I'm not loving that on this map. It's too easily walled. Way too easily walled. Scouts don't do anything here.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is like, it seems like a map you'd want to play really aggressive, but it really needs to be Castle Age aggression because it is, like you say, just so easy to wall. But that being said, Bulkwood needs to get the walls up behind the just in the nick of time.
Just in time.
Needs to finish that tower here.
But it's Saracens archers, you know, so easier said than done to quick wall, but the tower is up. That should keep the aggression away here. That's a very expensive investment with the tower that effectively cancels out any secondary town centers for Bulkwood later, but that's a question for the later game. They're moving on to the pocket now, probably realizing that Henry is it's up here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, knowing there's not going to be... Well, that being said, though, knowing that Bulkwood dropped the tower, you could just try to move around and find another angle, but I like to play it moving on to pocket. Definitely much more.
They are moving, okay, they can't know that from the scouting, but I'd say they definitely want to hit the southeast side here, because that's where the gold is, and there's only palisades, so you break through rather quickly with the archers of the Saracens, and take gold of the Lithuanians. The knights amount of knights is going to be very limited.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very exposed there, but not really recognizing that, and trying to poke around the wood lines, but the wood lines are just thick enough to really prevent any significant damage, right?
You might as well just pull the archers back now, because there's a flag on the stable, and Henry is in the Castle Age. That means knights. Just, yeah, get away before he catches you.
Exactly, yeah. Delta Fish on the left side as well, making the same smart call. He's pulling his archers back. He doesn't really have a way to get back in. He's just going to camp them in the far left corner and wait for Castle Age.
He didn't pick up yet, though. But yeah, if he hides them away, that's going to work, of course. 14 Saracens archers, but still only feudal age. No click up here. Could be dangerous with knights now out of the field for Henry. Not a lot of them, but it's getting some defense. He's going to get more numbers when the eco extends to a proper amount as well.
Yeah, I think Fishcakes really needs to prioritize Castle Age here as the Saracen. He has that market with the better rates. Just really start abusing that and getting up. Going forward with all these archers, there's potential to get some damage in, but imagine if he was crossbows right now. He'd just be... Maybe not right now, but in a couple minutes, imagine if he had Expo, he'd be melting through the palisades and be able to get so much damage done on Bulkwood.
A good fight on the top side here for Delta Fish. He's effectively cleaning up Jason's archers here. Might have been a little bit overconfident here, with both of them still in the feudal age, but yeah, he's losing numbers. He's losing the numbers advantage here. There's also only one range for Jason, and I believe it might be 2 for Delta Fish with the Byzantines here. Yeah.
Yeah, and Fish Cakes reading my mind, and he absolutely abused the hell out of that Saracen market. He got that. He went from 80 food to 800 food in like a minute and 30 seconds.
That's
I have
Saracens
no
for you.
idea how he. Like I looked and his on capture age, the bar showing his progress, how far close he is to castle age. It was like none. And next thing I look and he's there, like crazy man.
Yeah, so
He's,
I kind of like the Portuguese pick here because this is basically like islands. You'll run out of wood eventually, so if you have victorious, you could unironically have that help you in the late game. But there's obviously potential trade though as well. But having that trickle of old resources could be a game changer here if it's at a stalemate.
Yeah, honestly, that's true. If the whole if all the trees get deforested here, then yeah, I mean, it's super likely that Victoria could be like the only play. I'm looking at these like bushes and cactuses around, and like they have like no wood on them. They're like 20 wood or 1 wood. Like there's basically nothing. So yeah, if it turns into a stalemate, the Victoria could definitely be what decides it.
With that in mind, though, we have Kingfish all on the way to the Castle Age. Well, all teams on the way to the Castle Age, but they certainly have the army advantage here. I'm with the Berbers in the Castle Age, spamming out the cheap cavalry. That could give Kingfish the edge here if the upgrades kick in time as well. Crossbow Bodkin for Saracens, and 25 seconds to go for the Byzantines here as well. A bit on the dangerous offensive side here against the skirmishers of Jason, though, in the north. That's a waste of archers.
Yeah, not a good call as Castle Age comes in, but I think a big deciding factor here is going to be the Saracen Expo coming forward for Fish Cakes, as well as a forward siege workshop. He's going to start putting on a ton of pressure on Bulkwood, and I think that's going to be really, really strong here. He's got the numbers. He like
They've seen Bulkguard in the previous two games. They want to cripple Bulkguard now from the way he's been playing the previous games. So good strategical call, I think.
Yeah, exactly. He has such a huge numbers advantage, more than double the, almost triple the numbers here, and he's starting to pick off some vills. Defensive siege workshop coming up from Bulkwood, but he's going to have huge pressure right now to deal with from the Saracen player here.
I see Jason in north. He's dropping a second TT.
Yeah, that's a mistake in my opinion. I don't think a second TC from Portuguese is smart here at all. Especially he has no way of knowing. Well, he has a way of knowing, but he hasn't scouted it. But there's a Siege Workshop coming in for Delta Fish. He's going to be putting his resources into a boom.
Yeah, I think the only idea of that TC is to protect the gold, but it backfires because you'll have less army production possibilities. So, and if you get pushed by Siege, that TC isn't going to help you much. Anyway.
Exactly. It's going to be really tricky. And then meanwhile, on the right-hand side, Henry diving a little deep with his Knights. If he loses that Knight Mass, things are really going to snowball heavy for Kingfish. That's going to be a mistake if
5 camels, 10 knights, yeah. So similar numbers, but 5 camels and, yeah, even some scouts somewhere. It's better for the Berbers, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, it's open!
Pressuring on the cavalry are in! Diving right under the town center.
Oh, they have +2, right? Yeah.
Oh my god. The mangonel and the... Oh, this could be huge.
Yeah, and there's the crossbows to deal with Henry, so he can't come in to help here. That's good raids, good. I mean, they're not staying together with the crossbows and knights here necessarily, but it's still a good block. It's genius. Henry can't enter to help. Oh.
Yeah. I think that was a mistake for Henry to, I mean, to commit the knights in like that. Having his knights circling around the back was a mistake. He should have been inside the base of Bulkwood, helping to defend, rallying the knights there, because he lost a lot of military unnecessarily. And you can see the military count is creeping up for Kingfish.
I think he was expecting to be able to pass next to the crossbows there, and or maybe it's just pathing. He was trying to enter somewhere else, and then it just doesn't happen. Sometimes it bugs out big time, these things. But with that said, this doesn't look too pretty for Bulkwood.
No, and Fish Cakes is going to try to take a bigger advantage and boom behind this, adding a second TC. I would have liked to see some more mangonels though, and really put the pressure on Bulkward and then move on to pocket. But
But Henry is staying 1 TC here, so it's not that urgent to punish any eco investment here. They have the army momentum. They want to really take out Bulkward here first. I don't know. Maybe they're scared of Aztec monks or something. I don't know, but...
Deltafish has some serious eco
Whoa, big shots! Big mangonel shots! Oh.
Oh man, yeah. That could be, they need a big shot to try to turn around this military lead. On the left-hand side though, I feel like Deltafish could really, he could be doing a lot more. He's only got a single, he shot his own crossbow just now with the mangonel. He's attacked ground, nothing. Like he built the siege workshop, he made 1 mangonel. He's really doing no pressure and letting Jason get that boom that he shouldn't be having. And he's floating like 1,000 food for no reason.
Why is Jason pulling the... I mean, it's just a small number, but where are these guys going? The skirmishes, crossbows. Misclick, maybe? Oh, a little bit of raids here from Henry on the Berber's pocket. That's... Seems like good timing to me.
Yeah, that's really good. Fishcakes needs some more mangonels. He needs to keep making mangonels on the right side.
Yeah, only two mangonels here makes it so much more awkward to micro against these, with the crossbows against.
Fishcrate's not paying attention, and Ayre Esports now are actually taking a really nice fight on the right-hand side. They need to get they keep fighting together. And,
camels won't do much here against crossbow masses. It's mainly camels, some knights as well. Yeah, they're pulling away now. I guess they've done a decent share of damage, but behind all this, only 9 villagers lost for Bulkward, so you'd expect it to be worse. Of course, he's been losing military as well, but his KD is actually on the positive side. It's 41-28.
Still no ballistics either for Fishcakes. I'd like to see like thumb ring and ballistics and really just start taking good engagements against the Expo of Bulkward here. Bulkward, he's going to take the Expo though, and is he going to pocket?
I think it would make most sense to go to pocket now, but we'll see. He also needs to keep his army not too far away from home, I think, just in case he needs to pull back. So, but Henry is there with some cavalry. He's gonna need a lot more to deal with that on his own. Let's see where the red guys are going here. Well, he found a TC. Don't eat TC fire, please. Oh, okay. That's a surprisingly good amount of kills there on Fishcakes and gold TC. And yeah, like you said, Thumbring and Ballistics for the Saracens, and it's in as well, which means they're better than the Aztecs now. Aztecs don't get Thumbring, so the blue crossbows will fire more quickly. Makes it easier, especially to engage against cavalry.
Yeah, especially... Oh, can we get some big mangonel shots? Oh, no.
Oh, I should get one.
Losing a lot of his mangonels there, and he's actually going to start abandoning his forward position here, which... meanwhile, the crossbows, though, are getting cleaned up.
Wait, where?
Losing all his crossbows here, just on the left-hand side... right-hand side.
Yeah.
But... Bulkward now, they can look at reinforcing this position. Bulkward, unfortunately, losing a lot of crossbows. He still has really strong numbers. Kingfish should jump on this right now, man. If they had some siege, even a janitor in the mix for Fishcakes. I don't know about that, but
yeah, you can do anything. Henry is helping to push back on the top side here as well against that Delta Fish. He's committing, he's splitting up nicely here. I guess he's... I mean, if you had all the knights on the right-hand side, though, they could take more favorable fights, even against the Berbers here, I think. Fishcakes is mining stone. He wants to drop a castle somewhere, forward or defensively. Remains to be seen.
Delta losing a lot of his numbers, and he's 45 seconds away from Imp. He's super close. He's going to have Arbalest and Bracer in, and he has a lot of potential here.
Yeah, but he's not producing.
His bills. Bills were
Oh,
running right into the crossbows. He saw it and felt
it's a
back.
it's a distraction maneuver, man. He wants to fire with the crossbows from behind, and he's sacrificing villagers to.
That
Yeah, some pickups
was
there.
almost really tricky.
There we go. Imperial Age is in another siege workshop. It's not the prettiest economy. It's lots of food and gold here. It's set up more floating resources more for cavalry style play and then for crossbows exclusively here. And yeah, he's losing everything now, way before Arbalest Bracer. And he's not producing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the plan is here if he wants to.
Here comes fish crates, though. I think this is going to be. They're doubling down on a bad fight. They took a bad fight. Delta fish. Oh man, he's not.
No, but
He's not reacting though.
yeah, Jason isn't either. They could have taken a lot better fight there with the crossbows firing in from behind there. And now fish cakes is even here. They're going to triple up on on Jason here.
Man.
They really don't want the Portuguese victorious here.
Also, mangonel shots coming in.
Oh, imagine a teal mangonel here. It would just shred these crossbows behind here.
And Kingfish just turned this around in a huge way. That just that 1 second, those brief seconds of not paying attention from Jason and Henry, losing their forward armies, and now the triple potentially coming in the other side. Kingfish has just launched themselves into such a strong position. Can they keep moving this forward?
Now raids
on the right
Jason
side
here
as well too. Actually, on the bottom right as well.
Are they
getting his crossbows clutched.
No way, are they going to clean that as well? There aren't really enough knights here, but maybe there are enough crossbows to sway the favorites there. And a janitor for fish cakes in the middle of the map. Only one problem, misclick.
And brutal. This is crazy. Kingfish playing fantastic right now on both sides of the map. Imperial Age is in as well for the Saracens. He's got Eskirm on the way. I'd love to see Bracer and Arbalest and just demolish these Aztec crossbows from bulkward.
Saracens going elite skirmisher though, so I mean, why not just go ahead? Why even spend for elite skirmishers? You only have 2 of them.
Yeah, exactly. Get the Arbalester, get the Bracer, and just
yeah, you can't really go skirmisher here because Henry has 34 knights out on the field and counting. That's just not gonna fly. But our Bracer coming in as well. It's gonna be fine here. He needs more numbers, obviously. Maybe he's struggling for gold to keep the production going here. Nah, he is mining gold as well. Henry, in the meantime, has cleaned up in the north side here, so it's playing a good pocket to the top side. I have no idea where Delta Fish is going, but he really wants that stone up north, and good luck with that. Hello, Henry's knights.
Those vills are gonna go down, though. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, fish cakes with the Arbalester and Bracer in. He's starting to clean up the knights and the crossbows. He needs to deal with that army of bulkward and start. Man, if he can move to pocket, that would be fantastic, and just start doing some major damage to Henry here. That would be insane from fish cakes.
Janitor for the win. Superman says it seems over. Yeah, it looks good for Kingfish, I'd say, especially looking at the eco department, of course. Ayre Esports again with good army numbers. Not want to take that away from them, but they're all in the Castle Age. Kingfish are all in the Imperial Age. Just mass up on more Arbalests here, and they're calling the GG, and understandably so. They're way behind. They're way behind, obviously, in the progression. Janitor for the win. Yeah, only one. Nice.
And well played to Kingfish. That was absolutely fantastic. As that play at the end there, that was such a turning point, as Henry lost a lot of his cavalry around that TC not reacting. Jason got a lot of his expo cleaned up, and then Fish Cakes came out of nowhere helping out with the triple. And then meanwhile, on the bottom side, they were winning that side as well too, taking good engagements there. And that just, snowballed that army advantage, tech advantage into Imp, and sealing the victory for Kingfish. Awesome, man.
Yeah, well set. And we're going, I'm going to move on to the next yellow bracket, which is 1500 to 1650.